Talk with Kaylin. I'm your host, Kaylin Ann, and I am just so grateful to be here today. A special thanks goes to Kevin Adele for this amazing opportunity to allow millennials and women to have a platform on the Word Network. So today our topic is Women on a Mission. We have two phenomenal guests, Danny and Nay. So Nay, can you share a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Danielle Brown, also known as Danny B. I am the mother of Jalen and Blake Foster, who are 12 and 10. And then I'm also an entrepreneur. I own a business called Eat Beauty. And then I also have a lipstick line called Lip Sting. Full-time student right now, trying to graduate, just to set an example for them and just pressing on in ministry as a minister.
That's awesome. What about you, Nay?
My name is Shania Clark. I'm a mother also to a 3-year-old baby boy. His name is PJ. I'm a student as well. I attend Washtenaw Community College and also Western Michigan University. I have 28 credits left until I graduate.
Wow.
And I also own multiple businesses. I have a hairline called Luxury Extensions, also a wig line called Luxury Units by Nay.
Wow.
And I also do hair as well. And then my last precious baby to me, actually I have two more. My last precious baby to me is the Butterfly Effect Incorporated, where I hand make wigs for women who experience hair loss due to cancer, alopecia, or lupus.
Oh, wow.
Very, very dear to my heart. And also I have a blog called The Luxury University, where I speak on every type of topic you can think of, because I've been in every type of position. So that's what I do.
You guys are amazing. Oh my gosh. So let's dive into this. So how are you guys actively pursuing your dreams with your kids who have special needs?
Well, for me, it's just a matter of staying focused. So I know that a regular 9-to-5 just does not work for me.
Right.
I tried it and it didn't work. My son having therapies almost every day of the week. We spend hours because they both had therapy sessions. So I had to literally figure out what would work where I can be a provider and a mother to them. And that's what led me in the direction of entrepreneurship. Wow. And I mean, it hasn't been easy, but with God, all things has been possible.
Yes, that's amazing. What about you?
For me, it's being proactive, always being 10 steps ahead of the game.
Okay.
Again, with a child having special needs, my son has auditory nephropathy spectrum disorder, where he wears cochlear implants.
Okay.
So like she said, entrepreneurship is the best bet for me. I'm able to make my own hours. I'm able to also attend therapy and all of the doctor appointments that I have. We go to the doctors 5 times a month. So I have to make my own schedule. But if I had to do other things, I know how to kind of juggle and wiggle what I need to do to be a mother, because that comes first. So just being proactive, being, again, 10 steps ahead of the game.
And I know sometimes life happens, and do you guys ever feel like you can't handle being an entrepreneur, being in school, being a business owner, and just having a child or children who have that special need? Like, does it feel like, oh my gosh, okay, I can't do this right now?
Every day.
I have cried many a day.
Yes, every day. And you still, in spite of, you find the strength to keep going. I mean, it's hard. It's one thing to be a single mom, but it's another thing to be a single mom with children that have needs. My oldest is on the spectrum for autism, and then my youngest has ADHD. And literally at one point I was going to school with him every day just so that he could be successful in his classes. So everything that I had on my plate stopped. So hard is an understatement, but again, without God, it would be impossible.
What are some things to help you get through that?
Gosh.
That anxiety, those moments where you're like, okay, I can't do this today, God.
Prayer. Prayer, definitely. Having a strong support system. I don't have a big family, but I have friends, and I have solid friends who have been in my corner for years, 10, 15, 20 years. So having that support system and just knowing that step by step with faith, I'm going to get through this. They're going to be the best that they can be, and it's my job to help them get there.
What about you?
For me, having faith. Many days I have cried, and I never thought certain tears would dry. I could not pull it together. And just to know that I'm here in this exact moment where I can even talk about this without crying, because I couldn't even mention my son's name without tearing up, because I used to always ask God, why me? But now I'm in a position, why not me?
Right.
I can handle it. I do it every day. So again, support system. Don't cry.
Okay.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. I see why God pulled me away from certain situations from being just a young woman with no kids. Now I'm a mother, and I understand why he made me a mother,
Right.
especially to a child with special needs, because that's my purpose. He is my purpose. I had so many goals and dreams. I want to be an actor and everything. My purpose is being a mother to a child with special needs. I was made for this, so that's how I get through. And a strong support system too. I have family, friends. My family, that's my backbone. That's my backbone. They come through anything that I need. And God too. I pray a lot.
So do you think things would be easier if you guys were married?
Absolutely. And I say that not just for the simple fact of having another person to help share in the responsibilities, but for the simple fact that having a child was designed. It was designed to be carried with a man and a woman, special needs or not.
Right.
And so just going to the structure of family, the purpose of it, absolutely. You know, I have boys. I don't know how to teach them how to be a man, you know. And so having a spouse or partner, a husband, a father there to support them in their needs, you know, it would absolutely be easier, not necessarily perfect, you know, but it would definitely help. Absolutely.
What about you? What do you
I
think?
think the same thing. Marriage is not perfect, of course, but having a man commit to that foundation and also that bond as your husband through sickness, through help, richer or poor, it definitely would help. My next go around, are you my husband or not? Because I can't carry another one out. Just knowing that I have that, knowing that I have that support again, not to just push off responsibilities, but spiritually, emotionally, mentally, you need that. And again, in our case, a child with a special need, we need it every day.
Right.
And we rely on ourselves and God and other people around us. But yes, definitely.
So how is dating for you two?
Well, let's see. No, dating is, you know, for me, I've never had a traditional dating life.
Okay.
Even prior to kids. So I've never been the one to just kind of go out on dates and things like that. Relationships have always happened from friendship.
Okay.
And so I trust that pattern because every relationship that I've had has taught me something and has developed me into the woman that I am. So dating right now is not on the front page of my paper because I am running a business and because I am raising the boys. I do believe that when it's God, it just works.
Right.
And so when he's ready for him to come and when I'm ready for him, that it'll just happen. So I don't put energy into that because I have a different
It's
focus.
not a focus of yours at this
Absolutely.
moment. What about you, Shay?
For me, dating is non-existent. And it's because my child comes first, business comes first, and again, I'm trying to get to know myself. I have been through things, dating, and again, it's not traditional. I haven't always, okay, we're going to date and do this and do that. It's always happened, like she said, from friendships, and a lot of times things were kind of rushed a little bit, even with my situation with my child. So now I'm just getting to know me and getting to know my son and what he needs, because he needs all of me. He needs every second, inch, everything of me. I can't focus on nobody else right now but me, God, and my baby and my family, and really making myself happy again. So that's my focus.
That's good. So do you guys think, when do you guys think that you'll be able to think about marriage? Because I know business, you guys are so young, you know, you're entrepreneurs, you have everything going for you right now. So when is it a time for you to be like, okay, I think it's time for me to start thinking about getting married or allowing a man to come into my child or children's life?
With the friendships that I do have, I think about it now. Even as, usually when you have guys around that's friends, they're thinking about being with you. They want to be with you. I think if this person could be my husband, like, is that the goal that you have, and kind of try to align what their goal and purposes are and along with mine. So I think about it even with friends who I have around me, but it's not something I think about every day. It's something that I truly do want. I do want that. I desire it. I do.
Of course.
I want to be a wife. I love all that. I love
And
to
I
take
share
care.
the same sentiments. I mean, my desire is to be a wife. I do believe that we were created as women to be that helpmate. For me, I used to spend a lot of time, oh, when it's going to happen, God, is it going to be me? Is this my husband?
Right.
I spent so much time and energy doing that. So I really just got to a place where I just said, you know what? I'm going to trust God. God has brought me through so many situations and so many things. Why wouldn't he bring, you
Exactly.
know? So it was just a matter of my perspective, changing my perspective, and then putting my faith not in the outcome of what I wanted, but in God himself.
That's good.
So,
That's good. That's really good. So allowing God to have control over that too.
Absolutely.
So I put, I trust in God that he's going to take care of my kids.
Absolutely.
In my business, I have to trust him with a relationship as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really good. So how has your faith in God driven you to be the woman that you are today?
It has done amazing things in my life. And like I mentioned earlier, I have cried tears for weeks that I didn't think, I never thought I would stop crying, but just knowing that even going through that, I had the faith. I said, God, I'm doing all of this. I did good. I'm doing right by my son. I know you're going to make something happen for me. Even with, like we just spoke about, dating, I have poured out so much love to other people, and I have done so much, and I have felt empty in certain situations. But that faith in God, I know God is going to bless me with a good husband. I know he's going to bless me with that foundation that I desire. But just knowing that it's gonna be okay. Like it has made me grow into a woman that I don't fear nothing but God. I don't fear nobody. I don't fear no situation. So when things are going wrong, I know they're gonna go right. Just because of the situation that I've been through with my child, and giving him to me was, I see that's what God wanted. That's the only way I was going to be able to learn is through my son. I don't think I could have ever learned the lessons that I learned without my kid. So yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
For me, and just to share a quick story, I've always been in church. I got saved when I was 16, and then had my child out of wedlock. And it just really, it destroyed my faith because I felt like I let so many people down. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to walk away from God, and I'm going to walk away from the church just because I don't want to be a disappointment. And so I spent a couple of years just doing my own thing, not being really conscious of my spirit. And it just got to a place where I remember I was working in a bar, and literally it's like I heard the voice of God say, it's time. And everything within me shook. Like literally I jumped up and I ran to my boss and I said, I'm sorry, I can't explain this, but I have to quit. This is my last day. He's like, what? I'm like, I know, this is crazy. I don't have a backup. Left the next day, got invited to the church that I belong to now, and literally I have, it's been weird being me, but still having that outer body experience of watching how God has literally transformed my life. So how am I doing it, or how does it feel it's everything. God has literally turned my mind around, my heart around. He has developed me financially, personally, as a mother. He is literally my rock, my foundation to everything.
And again, just to add to that, God will also put you in situations around people where he wants you to be and what to do. So how she said she was in a bar. I'm kind of an all-around type girl, so I have many different type of friends. I have been to college. I have been the girl that's been to parties. I'm not a party girl, but I have been in different type of scenes. Just with this opportunity, I feel like it's God pulling me closer. Like, this is where you belong. I was raised in church. My grandmother, she swears by it. Like, we had to go to church, and plenty of times I have tried to pull away. I have tried to do this and do that, or God, why not this person? Why not this group of friends? Because he said no. He said no. And even with being just a regular 25-year-old girl, just living my life with no kids, he said no to that too. He said yes to me being a mother with a child with special needs. So I'm learning to accept when God says no. And I don't try to control anything in my life no more. I let him handle everything, even with my child. And ever since I've given that to him, everything is just so much better. Like truly having faith and really really working with God and letting him just do his thing. So when God pulled me away from something, I step away from it. And hearing his voice this year has been, again, it'll shake you up, because he'll tell you no to certain things that you wanted to say yes to.
Wow.
So that's where my faith lies.
That's
really
good. So do you think you would be as close to God if you did not have your kids? Like if you didn't have that extra what would I say, extra gift or something? Yeah. So do you think you would be as well grounded in your faith if you did not have that?
No. There is a passage in the Bible that talks about how trials come to produce virtue. Yeah. And I feel like my situation is really a great example of that. You don't know how much you need God until you need Him. Yes. And so when situations happen, we look at the storm and we go, oh, like you said earlier, why me? Why me? And it's like, no, it's not why you, why not you.
Right.
It's going to teach you how to lean and depend on God. It's going to teach you how to trust God. It's going to teach you what you need to grow and be victorious in this life. So absolutely not. I would not change a single tear that I've cried. I wouldn't change a moment of confusion. I would not change the door that looked like an empty road. I would not change a thing because it all led to this moment here.
That's amazing.
No, I don't think so. It would take me a lot longer. I would eventually get there just because of, again, how I was raised and my true intentions in my heart. Like, I have a heart of gold and I want God. I love people. I want to do right to the world. But it would have took me a lot longer. And things that I've been through, would I want 10 more years of that? No. So I'm glad that God placed PJ in my life. And it's so crazy. My ultrasound picture, literally, and everybody told me this, it looks like a hand was inserting him inside me. It's a hand. I wish I would have burned it. But just to think back on that, it was God. It was God that put my baby in my life, because the calling that I have on my life, and I still have a ways to go. God is still working with me. I'm not perfect. I still have things I have to iron out in my life. But He knows where He wants me to be, and I know that. So I'm coming to accept it, and I'm glad that it's here, and it's now, and it's happening, and I don't have to wait those 10, 15 years to get certain lessons.
Right.
I learned a lot being a mother.
Good. That's really good. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing.
Well, thank you so much.
So, thank you. A last question. So, who is your support system? I know you touched a little bit on it, Danny, but who are those people in your lives?
So for me, oh my God, my best friend, my mother, my sister, my nephews, my church. Oh goodness, yeah, I cannot leave my church family out. It's not just, it's not just a place to go. It's literally a safe haven of people. I've had support, surprisingly, from people that I did not know. Even my children's teachers, like, they're still in their lives to this day. Absolutely. So my support definitely comes from those people that have kept me grounded, kept me lifted in prayer, and just, throughout the journey that's been there.
That's amazing. Awesome.
My family, and also strangers and friends. On social media, I have a huge following. So people reach out to me about my son, that they're going through the same thing, and I didn't know, just like they didn't know with me. But that's my support system too. Every day people write me like, you're such a good mom, you're this and you're that. They see the good in me that sometimes I don't see in myself. And my family, they literally hold me up. Although I take on all the responsibility for my son, because that's my baby. But anything that I need, anything that I want, they're right there. So I thank God for them. And the friends that I do have, anytime I'm having anything, have anything going on with PJ, they're right there. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the people that I know and that I don't know that are rooting for me and that say inspirational things to me all day. It's truly a blessing.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming on. I truly appreciate you guys. You guys were phenomenal. Thank you so much for tuning in to Girl Talk with Kaylin. A special thanks goes to Kevin Adele for this amazing opportunity. Please follow the Word Network on all social media platforms. We truly appreciate you guys. See you next Wednesday at noon. Take care, guys.